Good morning, wonderful people. It's your boy, Chris Rotondo, back at it again with my friend. What's your
Back at
name,
it again
son?
with the white fans. It's your boy, Tom. What is going on?
All right, what's poppin', y'all? Back in it for another installment of The Breakfast Nook. Love to
Absolutely.
see it.
Your favorite podcast
We
on
love to
all
see it.
streaming platforms
Every single one.
every single Saturday at 9 a.m. How we
Love
doing,
to see it.
Chris?
I'm living the dream, man. Cannot complain. Week's been solid. Um, yeah, it's been pretty standard. No complaints. Been getting some work done. Just been
Good.
doing some stuff around the house, keeping safe, all that.
Of course.
Starting to get back in shape. Tom, what about you? I
Well,
see a new setting back there. What's the deal?
your boy moved to Hofstra. We're back. I made the move yesterday, which for us is Thursday, but for you 2 days ago.
Back in
Um,
college. The
so I'm
vibes.
back. I'm back. I'm in a single. I'm living by myself. Just the vibe. Gotta keep that COVID away from me.
Uh huh.
Um, but listen, I'm happy I'm here again. I'm excited to learn again. And as you can see, it's kind of nothing's going on right now. No, nothing on the wall. Kind of just like you don't want to put up too much because like the more stuff you bring, the more you have to take out. So it's just like
Very
not really
true.
wanting to do that. I got my PS4 set up. I got my laptop, my camera, my microphone. We are all set to just hang out for the next however many. I think it's till May, so another 4 months. So
All
I'm ready
set.
for it. I'm excited.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. Looking forward to the new semester.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna be a great ride. It's gonna be different, obviously, because of COVID and all the restrictions and all that. Like yesterday, I saw my friends for the first time. We were down in the student center at the cafeteria. They had like these plastic boards on the table, and it was kind of wonky and like it's like almost like playing like a obscure version of telephone because you
Yeah.
can't hear someone across the way from you. So
Now,
it's just like
are you guys like
yeah,
required to use those? Like,
yeah,
if you don't use them, like somebody will come and like tell you to.
probably. I mean, some guy came up to us to take pictures and was like, "Hey, we want to take pictures. Is this okay?" And then we were like, "Yeah." And then one of my friends was like, "We should probably put our masks on because we're all sitting down in the cafeteria eating food. So it's just like it was probably smarter to have our masks on for the picture." And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, that's a smart idea." I'm like, "Oh my god." But
What do
so
you know?
far, I feel all right. I mean, it's kind of weird to be here with everyone wearing masks. The last time I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
here was in March when everything went down, and then I left before I saw anything
Of that
actually
sort.
concur afterwards.
It's just a new environment. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta get used to it. It's definitely a learning curve to like walk outside my dorm always, even if I want to go to the bathroom, which is literally like a door away from me. I have to run a mask. I have my own stall in the bathroom, my own shower in the bathroom, my own sink in the bathroom. We're designated to this a single bathroom and a single stall. And I'm like,
It's kind
what
of
the heck?
nice.
I mean, listen, I'll take it. I know that it's my stall at least.
Very true. It's clean, so you could,
Yeah,
you're all set.
yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's safe to say we could head right into the rest of our weekend review.
I completely agree with that. Let's get right into it.
All right, we are into the weekend review. First up, we got some baseball stuff going on. George Springer to the Blue Jays. That was an interesting one. I don't really know how to feel about it. What about you, Tom?
I'm
Why?
upset, man. I'm upset.
Yeah, as a
Being
Mets
a
fan.
being a Mets fan, he said I want to be close to my home in Connecticut, and he just lied. He completely lied. He's in a
Tor-
different country now.
Toronto's not that close to Connecticut.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even think they're gonna play in Canada this year. So I'm
The
just like,
Buffalo Blue Jays.
yeah, it's gonna be again the Buffalo Blue Jays. So it's kind of just like, really, you picked the Blue. Listen, don't get me wrong. The Blue Jays have been making moves. They just acquired Steven Matz yesterday from the Mets in a
And
trade.
Marcus Semien.
Yeah, and Marcus Semien. So like they're kind of building up, and these the AL East might be in for a rude awakening, especially you Yankees. But I mean, just having Springer in that lineup now with Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Marcus Semien, the list just keeps going. It's just going to be a stacked lineup, which is going to be absolutely mental for if you're a Blue Jays fan.
Um, yeah, it's definitely a good move on them. George Springer's a good hitter. A home run hitter, more or less than a contact hitter.
Oh
All
yeah,
that
I
stuff. He
agree.
doesn't really hit for percentage. Um, it's it's going to be new for the AL East. We weren't really that competitive last year. As a Yankees fan, I will admit our division was kind of butt. And we did come in second place to the makeshift Rays that somehow made it to the World Series. Other than that, they're definitely going to give us a run for our money. I have a feeling it's going to be Jays Yankees in the playoffs. No particular order.
Mm-hmm.
But just excited to see the matchup, honestly, because the Yankees are building up quite a team too.
Am I wrong? Were the Jays in it last year in the playoffs? Did they
No.
make it? They didn't? Okay. Because I thought like there was like 3 AL East teams that made it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, the Jays did not make it last year.
But listen, I'm excited because I've always been a Bo Bichette fan, and he's been my guy. Like just seeing that flow at the shortstop.
Yeah, Bo flows. I like Bo. I respect him.
Yeah,
he's a very respectable player.
I agree.
You know,
and just again, like we said, like the addition to one spot, like George Springer was such an upgrade for the one spot in their lineup. I mean, he's one of the most deadly home run leadoff hitters that MLB has ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
You expect it to lead off the game is him coming up to the plate and just hitting a bomb. It's been crazy. Yeah. So, again, as a Met fan, it sucks, but hopefully they can sweep up Jackie Bradley Jr. or
Jackie Bradley Jr. Jackie Bradley Jr. wants quite the contract, man.
I know. Everyone wants quite the contract.
He's looking for like 60 mil. It's a bunch. It's a bunch for the kind of player that he is.
I know. It's hard.
He's good, not great.
Listen, let's go back to your Yankees for a second. You just lost a major key asset in your rotation in Masahiro Tanaka. He's going back to Japan to finish probably his career with the Japanese team. How do you
the Rakuten Eagles, bro.
Yeah.
Rakuten Eagles. Obviously very sad. Knowing that Tanaka was one of our longest tenured players. Second to Brett Gardner, I think.
I was gonna say, yep.
I might be wrong.
Up there.
Yeah, no, Brett Gardner's been there since 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Masahiro Tanaka, obviously being one of the longest tenured Yankee players at the time, is very sad. Him going back to Japan, finish out his career and all that. But we move on. We move forward. And yeah, I really don't have much to say on the subject because he did really play out his best years in New York. And everybody has a time when they need to move on. And this was just his time. And with that, we've picked up some better pitchers and we move forward as a ball club. We used up his space and we got rid of Ottavino to pick up Darren O'Day, just a little inning arm.
That's true.
And with that, I think we just build a better team. It's for the best of both parties. You got to be happy for the guy.
Yeah. I mean, leaving that open space in your cap is gonna be a pretty hefty lump sum. So it's gonna help you guys maybe pick up a couple more, key role players that you guys might need. I mean, your rotation is quite young now. I mean, Garrett Cole's probably the oldest, and it's just going to be, him leading the charge. I saw MLB Network. Kluber as well. That's another thing from last week. Kluber got picked up. But so it's going to be those two probably leading the charge with the young guns right behind them in the 3, 4, and 5 spots in the rotation. So I think it's going to be quite the dynamic to watch how the 1 and 2 pitchers pitch on Monday and Tuesday, and then see how the rest of the guys pitch on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's going to be quite crazy, to be honest.
Very true. I'm very excited. To watch some Yankees baseball again this year. Hopefully we'll actually make the World Series like we're projected to every year. And so I would love a ring. Chase for 28. The chase for 28 is on once again.
I'm on the chase for 3. So
nah, you'll get there one day, maybe. Probably not. Probably never, but it's okay.
Okay. All right. But hey, listen, you got another topic for us. Let's get away from baseball.
Yeah, this is definitely more on my end. I'm definitely more of a music guy. But Brent Faiyaz, if that's how you pronounce it. I listen to his music a lot, but his name is very difficult to pronounce. Forgive me. Last night, at 12 a.m., so technically today, dropped Gravity, which is a song he's been, waiting on for a while, featuring the Creator, which I happen to fancy quite a bit. I like their music a lot, both of them. So my friend actually told me last night that they were dropping the song, and I was like, oh, no way. So I figured I'd give it to a listen in school today, just not really thinking much of it, and it's actually really good. So this it was just a little side, bubble. I didn't really want to go into big detail about this. But I just highly recommend you guys all go listen to it, give it a stream.
I
Yeah,
gotta say, Tyler the
real good
Creator's been
song.
on a roll in the past 5 years. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's real blown up. He put
he's
out
been
Flower
nuts.
Boy,
Yeah,
and from that it was just nukes. Like obviously, in 2013 he had Goblin and all that, but like that really didn't set him off. After he dropped Flower Boy, it took off.
I agree. And then Igor absolutely just killed.
Yeah, Igor killed in the what's the word, in the shops and all that. Like it sold like crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, he had so many performances at like big name like award ceremonies. Like
He had his own music festival.
Yes, yes.
Camp Flognaw, that shit's sick.
And
That's sick.
he had
I want
his
to go
like
one day.
white seal wig or his blonde seal wig, dude.
That's sick, dude. Tyler's a cool guy. Yeah. My friend actually painted something of Tyler for me because she knows that I'm a big fan. Look at this.
Oh my god, that's sick.
How crazy is that? I have it sat right here. I think that's real nice.
See, that's what I mean though. That Igor, that look, that's been ingrained into a lot of kids' brains now. And like,
Yeah. When he dropped Earthquake, shit at number 1.
Earthquake.
That was sick. Good song. Rated.
It's a great song.
But yeah, that was just a little tidbit I wanted to add in, just for a little fun topic today, straying away from the sports before we hit some serious stuff.
With that being said, Ghost Stream Gravity, I want to definitely listen to it now. But with that, let's move on to something that we did 2 weeks ago that a lot of people liked and we didn't do last week because we completely forgot about it. But let's bring in these random articles that we found during the week. I think we're going to have Chris start off first, and let's hear what you got, bud.
All right. Well, this wasn't really so random. This kind of ties into one of our big hard hitters later. But I thought this was really interesting just because it's a little funny thing that, kind of hits a serious topic. The stock market, right? What's going on. We're going to talk about that later. But there is one little stock that rose over 400% after Reddit got to it and started chatting it up and stuff. And it's actually called Dogecoin.
Yo, my friend, Ryan, and he's listening to this right now. I bet you he is. He purchased, I think, around 100 Dogecoins. And he's like, he sent me a picture of it and he goes, what was it? Laugh now, cry later. And I'm like, bro, oh my God.
Dogecoin to the moon, bro. It's crazy. They're, one of my friends bought it last week when it was at like 0.007 of a cent.
Yeah.
And last night at around 12:30, it topped out at around $1.01 of worth. Which, if you do the math, you'll make a lot of money. So, I just think it's funny how Reddit can really control, in today's day and age, the internet can really control the market like that. And, but I don't want to talk too much about the stock market. That's for later.
Right. We're going to get into that. But I want to just check really quick. The last time I checked, because I mean, again, after what happened with the stock market, I kind of got a little stir crazy about it. And I was like, I always wanted to get into it, but I never really understood it. Right now, they are at 4 cents. Per share, and it's been, it's on a trend right now. It's only today it's been up and down. So it's gonna be a wild ride for Dogecoin and a lot of other companies that we will talk about later. But let's head over to my topic.
All right.
So, we got a lot of mac and cheese lovers. You got Stouffer's, and then you got Kraft.
I like mac and cheese. I'm actually personally, I like the Cracker Barrel mac and cheese.
There you go, Cracker Barrel. That's another
one.
Love
it.
I'm a Stouffer's guy. I can't get behind the whole Kraft.
Velveeta? What do you think of Velveeta?
Velveeta's
not Velveeta. I'm dumb. Velveeta, really good.
Yes.
Really good mac and cheese.
It's golden.
Yes, sir.
Oh my. Yes.
Golden goodness.
But again, think of mac and cheese. First picture in your mind. You got the pasta, and then you got that yellow cheese.
It is cheese. That's true.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Kraft decided, you know what? Let's change things up a little bit. They're making a pink mac and cheese for Valentine's Day.
I saw that. They said it was pink candy flavored mac and cheese.
What does that mean?
I think that's
candy flavored. It's mac and candy.
That's disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that ever.
There's
like that. I don't feel safe putting that in my system. That's like.
I might just have to do it for the meme, and
for the culture.
Do it for
the one time
for this podcast. I might just have to go out and get it
for the one time.
Dude,
we'll put it on our Instagram or our Twitter. Links right above us or in the bios.
Absolutely.
For those who are listening.
But I'm telling you, man, when I heard this, Barstool Sports, I saw it on their feed. When I first saw this, I looked at it. I'm like, how is this supposed to, like, is someone supposed to like this and think about, like, let's eat it again? Like, a lot of people lean on mac and cheese, especially if you're in college. Mac and cheese and ramen noodles, those are like the two big things. This pink candy flavored mac and cheese, I mean, I know it's a limited time thing and it's only for Valentine's Day, but, like, what's the point? Why would you change mac and cheese to
That's
a
gross.
candy? Like,
It's disgusting.
I'm
I
thinking
feel
like the heart candies. Like, they just melt those down and they pour it all over it.
I wouldn't sell it personally. That's fucking gross. So yeah, it's nasty. I don't rock with it. Mac and cheese should be mac and cheese, not candy shit. That's disgusting. And I don't really feel like talking about this anymore. This makes me queasy. So I think it's safe to say that I think we're ready to head over into our big stuff, our hard hitters of the week, Tom. What do you say?
Listen, I completely agree. We got a good lineup coming up, so let's get into it.
Okay, hard hitters of the week. First off, we have an absolute clusterfuck of money. Stock market inferno.
Fact.
What's going on?
Dude, Reddit, people on Reddit, Wall Street Bets, they're like, you know what? I like GameStop. I like AMC. And GameStop were in the shitter. They were expected to be bankrupt by the end of the year.
Yep.
People were like, you know what? I like it. So I'm going to go invest in it. And then they had all these people that are in their Reddit invest in AMC and GameStop and even Nokia. And
I saw that.
The big suits didn't like that.
Yeah, it was GameStop, AMC, and BlackBerry. They were all on a huge downtrend. Like they're all really close to filing for bankruptcy and all that. So these big heads, right, like these hedge funders and all that, they were thinking, blah, 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 we'll short it and all that. But then Reddit got to it and was like, let's make these big cheese people lose a lot of money, which kind of like an eat the rich movement, which is, it's funny. Coming from, obviously rich people are not very fond of that. People who work in the stock business would not really take too kindly to it. But personally, from an outsider's perspective, I just think it's, for the memes. But
I completely agree.
Reddit,
and here's a great thing about AMC, right? Like we said, it was on a big ass downtrend. They weren't making any money. At the closing time on January 26th, their stock was worth $4.94. So basically $5. Opening on January 27th, it was worth $15.
Yeah. It's crazy how that goes up on an uptrend.
And then obviously because of this whole big thing that happened, they made people sell, and Robinhood especially was just not about people buying it. They even had market manipulation, and a lot of people are going at Robinhood, aka Dave Portnoy from Barstool.
Yep, I heard about it. Robinhood, when everybody was buying GameStop stock and stuff, they were actually in people's accounts selling GameStop stock that people had, quote unquote, for their own good, which is very illegal and very not okay. Because the stock market is supposed to be open to everyone, for everyone, and the big cheese people don't really like that when normal people start doing well. So the stock market did close to the public. I mean, like the GameStop stock did close to the public, and all of a sudden the price started driving back down again, which is a little suspect.
Yeah, and I mean, I was looking at the two graphs for both AMC and GameStop, and they both had its both of them had a massive increase on the morning of January 27th. It went from $145 to basically $300.
Yeah.
So, and then it got all the way up to around $470, and then it dropped all the way back down to $126. But it's back up again, and it's just on a it's like it looks like a heartbeat monitor. It's just like beep, beep, and it's just like that for this whole week. Yeah,
it's been like that. It's definitely interesting from the outside looking in, but obviously a lot of people are losing money. But GameStop's not.
Crazy, man.
I saw a Twitter meme, and it was like GameStop after Reddit puts them up as a Fortune 500 company.
And there's it was like Tesla and Apple, yeah. It
was like Big Bird sitting next to like big executives.
I love that picture, man. That's a great ass photo.
But yeah, kind of saved the company. You know, it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, again,
But yeah, GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia. You know, there's like little companies like that were once big powerhouses.
and that's
Uh,
another thing though, is that with this whole thing, right? You know, the big heads, the big suits, whatever you want to call them, they got angry that poor people, well, I wouldn't say poor people, but people that don't have as much money as them or not in the firms decided we're gonna, what's the word, short something?
we're gonna like pump and dump per se.
Yeah, basically.
For like shitty terms, pump and dump
Yeah.
these
And
people,
they
so
got
they
so
lose billions of
upset.
dollars.
They got so upset. And it was crazy to watch how like furious they got because, like you said, AMC stopped them from buying it. You could sell it, but you couldn't buy both AMC and GameStop stocks on
Yeah.
Robinhood's on app or website, whatever you want
They
to call
made
it.
it unavailable, and then prices started shooting back down because hedge funders were back on their stuff, which again is not okay.
No,
But the stock market's a risky business, man.
fact.
Either way, you know.
You could make loads of money or you could lose it all. So
Exactly, it's crazy how that works.
it's like it is gambling. It really is. It's just
if you don't know what you're doing, it is gambling. But there's definitely a lot of research that needs to be put into it, which is why not many people are in the business.
right.
Comparatively to some other easier things.
I mean, to be
Stock
honest, again,
does make you a lot of money.
yeah.
But it is very hard to manipulate because it's all about current trends. You know, like it's not like a textbook. You can't read, all right, this is good stock, this is bad stock. Everything's constantly fluctuating, and you need to, you know, sit down and double down on your current research and, you know, see what's coming out, what's not coming out, what's, you know, what companies are on the down rise, what companies are on the uprise. It's a lot of work, and I really do pride people who work hard and have jobs in that firm and earn a good living from it. But the internet never loses.
Never.
The internet is undefeated.
Loses.
It's undefeated. All right.
But hey, I hope I get some. I want to learn stocks now.
I'm trying to become a billionaire off Dogecoin.
I'm trying to put like $2 in and just getting it.
$2 in a really small company, and then just like boom, one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I have $100,000 in my account.
One of my friends, he invested in this thing called Plug Power, and he invested it with when it was at $4 a share, and I think it's up to like $68.
Oh,
so
weird.
It's like, you know,
Not
those
money.
are, yeah, he's whew, but,
he's doing all right. Good on him. All right. Well, enough stock talk. That was a lot. Yeah. Big business. Love to see it. All right, we're back into baseball now. Let's go. Hall of Fame class of 2021 bids came out.
Great names.
You know, likes of Curt Schilling, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and nobody reached the 75% percentile to be inducted into the Hall of Fame class. This is the first time this has happened since 2013. And
the third time in 25 years. Think about that. It's very rare for this to happen, but in the third time in 25 years, that's crazy. And 2021, no one. I mean, you had 2 years ago, the past 2 years, you had like Mariano Rivera and Derek Jeter go in as unanimous.
Well, Derek Jeter actually wasn't unanimous.
Oh, sorry.
It's very close.
The one guy.
As a Yankee fan, I gotta say, there was one or two guys that didn't want Derek Jeter on their ballot, which is a load of horseshit.
Barnacles. But
premium.
Like, think about it. Though this year's ballot, I really didn't know who was on it. I thought it was the normal names that you get every year for the past like 5 years. And a lot of people were speculating Barry Bonds is going to make it in this year. It's going to be the year that he makes it in. Mike Piazza was inducted a couple of years ago. They think that's connected. And he didn't get the percentile that he needed.
He didn't.
So
yeah, him, Schilling, and Clemens topped it, but none were very close. It was
I want to say Barry Bonds got 68%, and so
yeah,
Clemens.
Schilling was first. Schilling was first with 71. Bonds was 68, and then Clemens was 66, 67.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was all really close, but again, how the MLB Hall of Fame induction works, for those who don't know, about how many people vote? 400 people?
Something like that. A large number of people. Not
415 people vote for 5 people that are on a ballot to, you know, hey, I want these people in the Hall of Fame, or yeah. And you need 75% of those 400 people's votes at minimum to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And it's scattered every year in terms of amount. There's no limit as to how many people can be inducted. Obviously, 5 is the max, though. That was my bad. Because you can only vote 5 people. But
Right.
and yeah, so nobody reached 75% this year, which means there's an empty class, which I think is very odd.
When I went there back in 2012, I think was the first time I went there. I visited the giant room, right, with all of the names, all of the plaques,
Sick.
and it was just it's just history around you, and just like I would go through the list of, all right, 98, 99, 2000, and then there was always once in a while you'd see like the missing one. I'm like, did they just forget about it? What happened here? And then this is just exactly what happened. People don't vote for these people because of certain things. Barry Bonds, if you're not a baseball fan, he was probably one of the biggest steroid users ever, behind Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire. So if you look at his rookie version of himself compared to how he ended his career, the
Twig.
man is a massive mountain at the end of his career compared to a skinny twig in the beginning of his career. So
do you think Bonds deserves it?
I don't think so. I mean, his first few years, I think he could have been on a great run, because his first few years he didn't touch steroids. He was a solid hitter, great outfielder, was very fast. I mean, he looked like the next up and coming, like basically Ken Griffey Jr. Like he looked like he could be the next version of that. Then he got steroids. He's now the home run king over Hank Aaron. And a lot of people hate that because of the steroids. When Hank Aaron was, 755, this big number that Barry Bonds squashed because of steroids. People didn't want to throw to him. He was the most walked batter in MLB history.
Yeah,
he was even walked on when the bases were loaded.
I think if you took all of his walks and converted them to strikeouts, his slugging percentage is still crazy.
Yeah,
like his stats are juiced. But
just like him.
Just like him, juiced. But in the end, the people that we're looking at in these classes coming up, it's all steroid era players.
Right.
Which I think is going to start a trend of more empty classes in the next 10 years or so than usual.
That's a good point.
Like we're looking at players from the steroid era. A lot of the best players from that time use steroids.
Right.
But everyone did.
And I think
I'm saying we chuck them in with an asterisk, I guess. Like that's what I'm saying, because the MLB's is going to lose a lot of money if they just keep leaving people out of this Hall of Fame for years to come. And there's going to be a big gap, and that's not cool.
Right.
So I'm thinking, once 75% comes in for one of them, chuck an asterisk on them and just live with it,
Right. And I gotta say though, like the one thing a lot of people say, a lot of people don't like the whole use of steroids, and I completely agree. It's cheating. But if you look back at the home run race between Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, which is a great 30 for 30, I think everyone should go watch that if they have the chance. It saved baseball. Think about it. Baseball was in a downtrend. It got boring. People weren't enjoying it as much. There really wasn't any big names during that era. Sammy Sosa enters the league, becomes this, hotshot stud down up in Chicago, right? So he's hitting home runs left and right. Mark McGwire down in St. Louis hitting home runs left and right. And they had this awesome, amazing home run race. And it was neck and neck, huh?
Was it McGwire or Sosa?
McGwire won.
I was going to say.
He edged him out. But Sosa
did make what? How many home runs? 71?
70, yeah. I want to say it was 71. Something along those lines. And then I think Sosa ended with 69. And it was just...
Nice.
I know. Nice.
Nice.
Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire's reign of terror, and they had great respect for each other. It was crazy because the Cubs and the Cardinals normally have a rivalry. It's like this crazy dynamic that was going on, and people were eating it up. The Busch Stadium down in St. Louis was packed to see Mark McGwire hit his 71st. It was packed. Oh no, 70th, I should say. It looked like an all-star game for one man. It was crazy.
To see it.
And so I guess you could say steroids did save baseball.
In a way, yes, they did. I think they did save baseball. Baseball was, people really didn't like baseball that much anymore. It was, getting boring for them. So you add steroids and boom, people start hitting more home runs. That's how the game works.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, as Tom Glavine and all them used to say, chicks dig the long ball. So it's
chicks dig the long ball. That's a phrase I live by. Love to see it.
Yes.
But in the end, no Hall of Famers this year, which I think did work out because they were going to do a big star-studded double induction this year at the at Cooperstown. But now it's going to be the Jeter show, which I'm all for, being a Yankees fan. Cool guy. Love him. All right, let's head into our final topic of the day.
All right.
This is a big one too. We got some big news this week.
The big game has been decided. The Bills and the Packers took the fattest L's of the century, and we have the Buccaneers and the Chiefs in Super Bowl 55. And for the first time ever, the host city has its team in the Super Bowl.
That's crazy. And I think this is going to be a fantastic matchup.
Oh, my God. This is
Mahomes versus Brady.
Wants.
Exactly. It's like the present versus the past.
Yes.
Obviously Brady's still a great quarterback. He's 43, he's slinging dots. He's good. He's good at the game. We know. We've been new.
Yeah.
But Mahomes, also very good at the game. I think he is the best quarterback of this generation.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I consider Tom Brady last generation, because he's old as the sun.
Yeah.
And yeah, so with that, I'm very excited to see what the game holds. I think it's going to be a great game. Obviously the Bucs have their weapons in Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown. They're good. Scotty Miller too. He's nice. They're all good quality players. But the Chiefs have I personally think they're better. I think they're going to edge it out because they have who do they have? They have Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's a mouthful. Travis Kelce. And yeah, like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, I think tie. No, they don't tie, but they're the first. There's some weird stat that they're the first two players on the same team to go 1 and 2 in receiving yards or something.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
There's a big stat that involves both of them that they both have a lot of receiving yards and a lot of touchdowns because Pat Mahomes can find them.
And Pat Mahomes is a magician. I mean, the kid is incredible. You got this mobile quarterback who has the strongest arm I've ever seen in my life, next to Josh Allen. And
Bills Mafia
all the way, baby. And then you have Tom Brady. I was going to say me for a second. That would have been bad.
We have Tom Grady.
Yeah, Tom Brady, who's a 43-year-old. Listen, again, like you said, we've known that he's a great quarterback. He has just brought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl. If we said the Buccaneers were going to the Super Bowl last year, we'd laugh in your face.
Very true. Tom Brady is. I feel like he's established himself as the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yes.
And with that,
really quick fun stat. Out of 20 seasons in the NFL, Tom Brady has been to 10 Super Bowls, which gives him this is the best stat I've ever heard in my life.
Steph Curry stat?
Yes. You have a better chance of Tom Brady going to the Super Bowl than Steph Curry hitting a three-pointer. Steph Curry's three-point field goal percentage all time is 43%. That is insanity.
That's unfathomable. Yeah, I think that's really crazy. I don't know. Tom Brady is a fantastic quarterback, easily the greatest quarterback of all time. And that's coming from a Giants fan. Eli's beat him twice. We know he's the best. But it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be very high scoring. Obviously, the Bucs do have a good defense, but I don't know if they're good enough to shut down Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill.
Listen, you got the fastest man on grass versus the greatest hands at a tight end ever. So it's it's tough.
Yep. And, if Brady can pull it off, then, yeah, we know he's good at football. But I'm really questioning Brady's career right now. I feel like there is a chance that this could be his last game.
I don't know. He's still got one more year in that contract. I mean, again, he would be 44 trying to lead a football team to another Super Bowl. What else does a man want to do?
Retire.
That's the next. It has to be the next thing. He can't keep thinking, let's go.
If I was married to Giselle Brady, I would retire too.
Fact.
Yeah, she's a dime certified. Yeah, but he's got kids to kiss. No, I'm just messing. I'm messing.
I was gonna bring that up somewhere, and I'm happy you
It's
did.
funny. Yeah, honestly, man. Um, I really wish the best of luck to both of them. It's gonna be a fantastic game. I'm gonna love to watch. Um, and yeah, other than that, like it's gonna be an offensive game. It's gonna be strictly offensive.
Yeah.
You know, they both have solid defenses, but like I feel like the offense in both cases outweighs their defense.
Yeah. I think the one thing though that I'm kind of curious about, because the way the Buccaneers shut down, Aaron Rodgers, and look, that's just a really quick thing. Why didn't he run on third down?
Yeah,
In
I feel
that
like that needs to be
situation?
talked
That
about.
was so an open
It was
touchdown.
open. It
That
was
so
open.
open. And that was crazy. And then not only that, Matt LaFleur was like, all right, well, we didn't get that. So let's just kick a field goal and get points on the board with 2 minutes to go in the game.
Let's take one of the most clutch long ball throwers in the NFL to ever grace, the football field.
Yeah.
And let's take him off the field and kick a fucking field goal for 3 points. Yeah. It made no sense to me. Yeah, and then lose. Made no sense to me. Pretty sketchy coaching decision, but Aaron Rodgers, as of right now, seems to be going back to Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So,
but again, he's also questionable. I mean, again, like you said, right now he's going back, but we don't know.
He is also very questionable. There have been takes that we've made on this podcast that have absolutely flipped on us in the matter of 2 days. Yep. So we look like idiots. But as of right now,
if you would make a bet on anything we said, do the opposite.
Exactly. As of right now, Aaron Rodgers is predicted to go back to Green Bay. But he's got time. He's 37. If he legs out his career like Brady does, then he'll be all right. I think he can get a ring in him eventually. But if not, then he's got one. It's not like he has none.
Thank God. I mean, the guy deserved it. I mean, I hate to say it after watching him just destroy the Cowboys in every playoff game they've ever played. But, I got to say he definitely deserves it the way he handles, anything, publicity, the football field, everything. I mean, he just handles it like a professional. And going back though to what I said, like the Buccaneers defense shut that down. Like they shut that man down. And
they shut down Devontae, and he's got really no targets after that. Like Lazard's okay, but like nothing to
nothing that he can really trust. And plus, there was a lot of drop balls in that game. There was like a lot where, especially in the end zone, he could have easily. There was one ball that the guy just just dropped.
There was a 2-point conversion that it literally just hit the guy in the hands and fell, and I was like, wow, that's tough.
But the one thing I'm curious about, and I want to know how the Chiefs are going to handle it. I mean, they're the worst team in the red zone. They have no red zone efficiency at all, the Chiefs. So to go against a defense like that in the red zone is going to be tough. So
it's going to be. I think Travis Kelce's got to pull something out of his ass to get them back in there.
Right.
But I really don't think they need the red zone, which
you could just sling it.
Very bold take, but Tyreek Hill really just does not need. He's not a red zone player. That's just not how he operates. They don't score from in there. They score from deep. That's just how they play.
Yeah.
And the Packers, they are also a deep team, but they're not as deep oriented. And the Bucs defense is also not, a zone oriented defense. They've been a man defense.
Right.
Which to put a man on Tyreek Hill is probably some of the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard. So it'd be in good taste for the Bucs to, try and run a zone and see what Tyreek can do,
Right.
In that sense, and then test the waters. But back to that Packers thing really quick. I know a way the Cowboys can beat the Packers every time without flaw. And then that'll be to not suck. All right. Anyways, on that note, I think that is all we have for today. Tom, any last words? All good?
Stay positive, test negative.
That's funny, man. Yeah, the Cowboys blow. All right. That is all for me. The Cowboy slander never ends. And yeah, other than that, I think we're all good for the day.
Yep. Just got to shout out my boy. One more thing. Shout out my boy Alexi Lafreniere coming up clutch for the Rangers last night with his first goal of his NHL career as well as the overtime winner. So
stick and puck with the boys, little hockey.
Stick and puck with the boys. Way to go, Alexi.
So little hockey talk, little stick and puck, little Bardonsky on the tendy. Yeah, I feel ya. All right.
That TikTok.
Seems to be enough for the day. All right, y'all. It has been a joy and a pleasure as always. I am the best podcast host on the East Coast, along with my friend.
I guess I'm second best.
No. You. It's a close tie. I
Okay,
think
I'll take it.
I think it's
I'll
a
take
tie. I'll take it. All right, y'all. This has been Chris Rotondo
And Tom Grady.
signing off for the week. We will see you next time. Peace.
Deuces.